Good morning. I'm going to be doing something a little unusual today, and I'm going to start by telling you this. I want to talk to those primarily that say you don't like to do watercolor. It's too hard. And then some of them say, oh, I can't do a straight line. I can't draw. I have no talent. I can't do any of that stuff. And these are the people I'm really talking to first. Because, you know, it's not that hard. If you're just sitting around doing nothing, or if you just don't know what to do, or say you're watching a YouTube, iPad all day, and not doing anything really creative. And now I'm talking about creating something that only you can do. Whether it's good or bad, I want you to understand that the joy of painting is better than anything in this world can give, except for God. Now I want to tell you this. Little beginners, I started out with just one of these little things like this. And you can see I've used it a lot. And I'm going to start with a yellow, and it's a cadmium yellow, and a crimson, and this is a royal blue. 3 colors. They're all primary colors. They're not the kind that you can mix any way you want to. But I use that, and I always like to use a big brush like this. It's always good to use a bigger brush than you need. And I have a Kleenex that I can hit my brush on. And then the paper. Now the paper. That is the important thing about paint, besides the paint. This is Arch's 140-pound cold press. And it's a wonderful, it's only 140 pounds. It's not a heavy paper. It takes a lot of water. It's very good. I like it. And it's not too expensive. You can buy it by 10 sheets and you get your supplies at a art store where it's cheaper. And so I started out with a 11 by 14. The reason I do right now, I used to use a big sheet, but now I'm using it small because I'm 98 years old. And I have been teaching for probably 50 years. So I guess this is something new to me because I haven't done this for a long time. But I want you to enjoy creating something. Whether you think you can or can't, let's try it. First of all, I take my brush, and of course, you need a container for water. And I just use a simple plastic container like this. And it's, I fill it with water. I have a couple of them. And I have my paint all laid out here. And what I wanted to explain to you is about creating something. You know, just putting paint on the paper, you're creating something. Do you know that? It may not be anything you would want to look at, but it's yours, and you've done it. And so today, I'm going to show you, I'm going to use this yellow first, right on, just on here, like this. And I like to paint it around a little bit on the paper. And then I clean out my brush, and I go into my red. Now this is in crimson. It's supposed to make orange if you go into yellow, but it's not that red. You have to use certain reds, but I'm going to put the red on. like that. And then I'm going to rinse out my brush again, and I'm going to go into my blue. I'm going to bring blue in. Now this will give me more of a purple, you see. It's just fun to know what the paint does and what colors you get. You see what happened there? That blue turned sort of purple right there, see? Kind of a dark purple. Put some over here. And it's also great because it's that color red. But it's just, I'm just playing right now. I'm not trying to get nothing. Put some blue over here. Now I want some green. And you put green, blue on green, or on yellow, and see you get green. Just like that. And this should give it orange, but it's a crimson, and it's not the right red. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to take just a little water, plain water. I'm going to leave a little white there. Okay, you could do that, couldn't you? That's just fun. You're not trying to get you're not drawing everything in, but I like to have a spray bottle like this. And I like to spray it and see what it does. You see, I'm not the original kind of watercolorist they call purist. And I just let it run, see what it does. I kind of have to wipe it up a little bit. You want to be in a place where you're set up for this type of thing. Now, I watched that, and I thought maybe I would put some blue in here somewhere. Maybe right in here again. Just like that. Just to give you a different. And I change my colors all around. Take this blue, put it down here. But see, it turns into a kind of oddball green. Then I also like to take and by the way, this is just one of those kind of pinup boards, and white tape on it, and that's how I fix it. And then I'm going to just spray it again this way. See, watercolor to me is what it says. It's watercolor, and it likes to do its own thing. You see? And you could do that, couldn't you? And we'll have kind of watch, see what happens, see what you get. It's just playing right now. You're just trying things out. You're just putting the paint on. You're not trying to draw in a barn or house. Right? See, you get some of these drips here, and you can just take your brush, dry brush, and kind of wipe them up if you don't want them to run. So, I decided to turn it this way. See, this is the way I start creating something. And it may not turn out to be anything you'd want to look at. But the thing of it, the point I'm trying to make to you today is if you've never ever done watercolor, just try it. You don't need talent. You just need to try it. And then you need to practice. I'm going to bring in some blue right in here. And maybe some up in there and over here. I'm just creating. I'm thinking in my mind, nothing. Not a thing. I'm just creating. And I'm going to use my Lism Crimson right in here again. I don't know why. But see, when you're creating, you don't know why you're doing it. Your mind kind of tells you, oh, put some there, put some up there maybe. And then you can do it again. Maybe spray it again. I like to use, what do you think this is called, watercolor? Because you use water. And I use a lot of it. I spray it and let it run down. See what it does. I watch it. I don't like that red as well. That's Lism Crimson. And it leans towards, it has more blue in it. So it's not as pretty as some reds. But I'm not worried about getting a picture. You see, I'm creating. What am I creating? I don't know. I'm having fun. And I'm spending time doing something that gives me fun. And you can take the smaller brush, and this is probably a 12. You can take a smaller brush, then you can come in, maybe you can come in with blue, and just put it on places. You know, nowadays, anything goes, and just look at the paintings that are out, and there's not much to them really, but I left some white in there. See? I'll spray it again. And I just watch and see what it does, because I could eventually, being as pro as I am for all these years, and as much as I've practiced, I could take this and make out something. But you can do that, can't you? Then you want to keep on going, you just play with it. And I'm going to bring in some of my red and put it right down in here. This is a Lism Crimson. And maybe over in here. You want to carry your colors around. Some up in here. Maybe come over here like this. I don't know. You just kind of have fun. You don't think of what you're going to get. I don't. And that's why I'm saying, if you haven't ever painted in life, I recommend you start out in this manner, because this is how you learn your colors when you mix them, and it doesn't matter if you get anything. I could make this into something I know, but see, this could even be a seascape or something. Who knows? And then I have this Ampara, just white, and it's bleed-proof white, and it's also Dr. Phil Martin's, and I'll tell you about it. It covers things. It's watercolor, and you can use it any way you want to. This is a flat brush. I put it in the white, and I can come in and I can just bring my white anywhere I want to. You see? I can cover up this down here. When that's wet, it'll be a pink. See? I'm just showing you different things to do. And this here, I can come in here, just put the paint on like this, like that. It's creating. You're creating something that nobody else can create. See, even if you don't like it, you just, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that you don't have to draw everything in, and you don't have to be an artist, you don't have to be talented to have fun with this. I started out years ago with oil, or a pastel, and then I went to oil. But I found that watercolor was my medium, because it does things I like. You see what that did? I like to do things different. If I spray on that white, it'll run down. See? See how interesting that is? It's a creative process. Now, I know for those that have been painting in watercolor for years, this is not for you, because you know all the ropes. But I'm just telling those that I hear every day say, oh, I don't paint, I don't have no talent, I can't even draw a straight line. You don't see me drawing a straight line, do you? Sometimes, maybe, but not necessarily. You don't have to. You can use a ruler for that. So, if you want just to paint on like this, every day you get different. You you practice, and that's what it takes. That only takes passion, practice. It takes passion. Now you find that as you paint, that passion will come to you, and you'll think, oh, I've got to try it again. And so you practice. Each day you practice, you get better. You learn the colors. You buy new colors. It's just a process of creating. And I hope today I can show you just one more step of going now. I can go darker, and I'm going to go dark. I'm only using 3 colors, you know. I'm using this blue. I don't know why. I'm going to put some down here too. Put some down here. I like to carry my colors around. And I'm going to put some right here. That's where that white was. And then color right up that red. See? Just, if I turn this way, if I can get it there. Now I could say, well, that looks like maybe a sandy beach or something. So I can bring my brush in like this and just play with it. Like that. Just run it around like that. You take a dry brush out, come in here like this, take the paint off. There's some tricks, but I wanted to tell you, the main thing I'm doing this video today is to tell you there is joy and happiness in creating whatever it is. Even if you're working in other things, you know that it's a wonderful thing just to be able to create. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're working in leather or anything else. But I wanted to tell you that I might bring this back and show you what you can do with it. But today, I just want to show you the happiness that you get from painting. And I want you to start, even if you don't know how. you got all this, get these supplies. You don't need a lot of them. Just try it and have fun. And another thing, I read my Bible every day, and God helps you in everything you do. And I'm finding Psalms 51 says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee I have sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightst be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, in the hidden parts thou shalt make me to know. Wash me, purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness." That is what, then it says in verse 10, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then I will teach transgressors and sinners to be converted unto thee." Now I'm talking a little different about creating. You know, God created this world. He created you and me. Think of the joy that he had. As I look at my pine tree out in front, it's perfect. Every needle is shaped with God's fingers. And I look at it, I love pine trees, you know. And I look at it and think, God created that. And everything else, nothing was made but was made by him. Everything in this world that we have was made by God. And that's why he made you. He made you to love him. And that's why he sent his son, his only begotten son, to be crucified, to take our sins and die on the cross. Think of it. All the sins of the world placed on one person. It's a mystery. But God did it, and by believing in Jesus and asking him to forgive you and asking him to come into your heart, cleanse your heart, create a new heart in me, then he will. And I know that for a fact, because that he's done that to me. I'm a witness of that. And that's why I want to tell you to learn to create like God did. He had such joy doing it. I have joy painting. It's a passion with me. I've painted now for probably 70 years, at least. I'm 98. God has brought me back from death to tell you these things, to show you these things. And I hope you appreciate it. Now, as far as the watercolors, you see it started to dry. And maybe those that have never done watercolor before, they say, well, what do I do with that? You just go back in and you take your big brush and you use the same colors and you start to imagine something in your heart. I don't know. Do you like yellow? I imagine in my heart a clean heart for God. See? There it is. There's my heart. Right there. A clean heart for God. I hope you enjoyed this lesson today. I might make more of this kind because I see so many people just sitting, doing nothing. Think of the joy they can have. Even if they don't get anything out of it, you'd be surprised the joy it gives you because it's something you did and no one else can do it but you. God bless you today. And I just hope you will write me and my email. I appreciate every word I get from you. It makes me happy to know that others are enjoying this life. I've spent my whole life as an artist, and I've been happier, and I hope you would learn from this. Let me know if you start. I would be glad to know. Take a picture of it. Show me a picture of it, what you're doing. I'll help you in any way I can. Answer any questions. But I want you to start to create. That's what my video is all about today. It's a strange video, isn't it? But you know, sometimes you learn a lot. And I've learned a lot over these years. But you gotta learn, you gotta have the passion to paint. You can't just say one day, oh, I'll do it. And the next day, and a week later, you don't do anything. Another week passes, and another year passes, and you say, oh, I should have done that. But you gotta do it every day. Something, just some small thing. You can start out with just that for one day. And then the next day, you can work on that or get something new. So anyway, I hope you all enjoy this. I guess rattle on, don't I? I guess when you get 98, you talk more than other times. I don't know. But I love you out there. I want you to be happy. I want you to know Jesus is your Savior. Because that's what really makes you happy. Because you know, if you have Him in your heart, you know where you're going when you die. If you don't have Him in your heart, you know you'll be separated from God and loneliness, darkness. Oh, please consider accepting Him today. So I'll say goodbye. Until the next time, goodbye.